Hello and welcome back to another episode of BSing Sports. With me, as always, is my co-host Ryan. I'm Bill. We have a special guest. He's a returning member. We're just going to throw him in the room here real quick. Tim, how you doing, bud?
What up, guys? How you been?
Good. And you?
Can you hear me still?
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Get a little bit of lag, but that's okay.
Yeah, you seem like you're lagging too.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
I know you guys
We'll
just wanted. I know you guys just wanted a better looking guy on the show, so you had to act me to back on. It's okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Whatever makes you sleep, buddy.
Yep. We are going to kick off with what has become, regularly scheduled programming here. We're going to start off with the baseball immaculate grid. That's the only one we're going to do today, though, because we have a nice little all-2010's MLB Draft for you. We'll get into the rules and guidelines for that later, but we are kicking off the immaculate grid. This one's going to stump me today.
Yeah, we talked about it for a few moments right before we got started. Obviously, there's a lot of not so rare answers for like 20 game winners for the Braves and the Boston Red Sox. And
so let's get some momentum. Let's get the ball rolling here. Let's tackle the 20 game winners because to me, I feel like that's the easiest. That was the first thing that jumped off the page to me. For Boston, you've got Clemens, you've got Pedro, you've got
Sale did it a couple years ago.
I don't think Sale won 20 games for the Red Sox.
He didn't do it.
I don't think he won. He did terrible. Terrible and hurt.
All right, well, I stand in.
But Pedro and Roger were the first two that jumped off the page to me. I don't know of any 20 game like Red Sox winners from like way back when. To me, like the hitters stand out the most.
Babe Ruth ever win 20?
I don't know.
I feel like he'd be really rare. People aren't thinking of that because you're right. They're jumping right to Clemens or jumping right to Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
Some minor obscure one. Pivetta didn't win 20 for them.
I mean, Pedro would be the easiest to get some momentum going here.
All right, let's go with Pedro because we know for sure he won 20. Tim, do you agree?
38%. Oh, that's not that rare. I thought, or actually, that's not that common. I thought he would be over 50%. And then you've got any of the big three for the Braves.
I feel like Smoltz is the one that gets left behind because he turned into a closer.
It's funny because I think Glavine gets left behind the most because I feel like he's the most underappreciated. Means we should go with Maddox, reverse psychology.
No, I think we're going to go with Smoltz or Glavine here.
I mean, because if we're going, did the Milwaukee Braves, are they like?
I don't know if they count.
I don't know how they want to play that.
I don't think they count.
Won 20 games.
I don't think they count for that.
Tim says he doesn't think they count.
Yeah, I don't want to really take that risk for something I know is a slam dunk.
Just take the slam
Didn't
dunk.
Spencer Strider do it last year?
Strider didn't win 20.
I don't think he won 20.
Okay.
When was the last 20 game winner in the MLB?
2020. No, Verlander did it last year, didn't? No, 19 wins last year. And then
I have no idea.
I don't know. Okay, so which one of the big three do we want to go with?
Let's go with Clemens. What's that percent? I can't read it.
25.
Did I say 29%?
25%. That's not bad.
25. So 20 win seasons and Cy Youngs. That's probably literally anybody that's ever won a Cy Young in their life. So, Tim, to get you involved, got any names?
Will Holiday?
Cy Young winners or 20 game winners.
I got one that might be rare.
Well, we talked about a few. We talked about Tom Seaver, obviously. We talked about Lefty.
Seaver's a good one. Cliff Lee went 22-3 and won a Cy Young.
Cliff Lee did go 22-3 and won a Cy Young.
Yeah. Didn't Cole Hamilton win a Cy Young?
Nope.
No, Halladay won a Cy Young and won 20 games.
I said Holiday earlier. I don't know if you want to use that.
I feel like Lee is probably our best bet because he's not a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still alive, so people forget that because like Halladay's got a lot of stuff going on because he passed a couple years ago.
0.6%.
0.6 for Cliff Lee.
Wow.
That's a good one. That's a
Wow.
good one.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so
Here's where we get a little shaky.
So Cy Young winners for the White Sox. Jesus. I mean, Sale was a good pitcher. I don't know that he ever won a Cy Young. I don't know that Mike Messina won a Cy Young for Baltimore either.
I don't know that Mike Messina won a Cy Young.
I don't think he did.
All right, so let's go older.
And obviously somebody did it, or else it would be great.
Which is going to be.
When did they win the World Series? They won in like 2014, right? No, later than
The White Sox?
2000. Yeah.
Yeah, they won in 2005.
Think then.
Verlander. It was Verlander. Verlander's the answer.
Verlander never pitched for the White Sox.
Oh, he's a Tiger. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Burley.
Was he the big pitcher on that team?
Yeah, but he never won a Cy Young. He was never really that good.
Gross. Yeah, I don't like these.
Yep.
So we think AJ Brzezinski played for Boston and the White Sox, right?
Yeah. I think he did.
He did.
3%. Okay. So we're 4
That's
for
good.
4 so far. The Braves and the White Sox.
We talked about LaRoche, but now I'm less sure.
I'm less confident in Adam LaRoche. I know he played for the White Sox. I'm not 100% sure he played for the Braves.
Adam Dunn. Adam Dunn. That's the one I was thinking of. They wouldn't let his kid on the field, so he quit.
No, that was Adam LaRoche.
He sure wasn't
It
also
was,
Adam Dunn?
it was 1,000% LaRoche. They didn't let his kid in the locker room in Chicago when he got traded there, so he retired.
Okay.
Which is a
Wow.
weird story.
Well, the player that did that came from Atlanta. If it's LaRoche. I thought it was Adam Dunn.
We'll
But-
come back to it. Boston, and this is an easy one. My go-to. Covered the whole AL East.
Attaboy.
Anytime I
I mean,
see two AL East teams, it's immediately Kelly Johnson because everybody forgets that he ever existed.
But,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm
Okay, so we're on a good roll here, 5 for 5 so far.
Sorry, the dogs were making noise, so I got distracted. That's my bad. Going back to the grid here.
Baltimore.
I got my dog at my feet whining because of this thunderstorm here.
I think it's about to start storming here too. But I mean, it's normal this time of year in
This
Florida.
was insane, dude. Cy Young winners for I can't keep like I want to go somewhere else, but my brain is like Cy Young winners for the White Sox.
I'm confident that the guy who quit because they wouldn't let us get in the locker room came from the Braves. And if you're telling me
Are
it's
you
LaRoche,
confident? I'm 100% it's LaRoche.
I thought it was Adam Dunn, and I was like ready to jump off a bridge on Adam Dunn.
Then, do you have any thoughts on this pick right here? Adam LaRoche for the Braves and the White Sox?
Absolutely not. You guys are way better than I am.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm hitting select.
Go for
You're
it.
confident.
He was
Up
right.
top, baby.
Thank you. I told you. I was really confident.
All right.
Proud of
6
you.
for 6. This is probably the best start on BSing Sports for Immaculate Grid.
By the way, thank you for the people at Immaculate Grid for obviously. Well, I don't know that you know that we're doing
Baseball.
it yet, but thank you.
Baseball reference. I mean, all we're doing is bring your product around. You're welcome.
Also, thank you to Orphan Rivers. If you guys haven't checked him out, that's the intro song for our podcast. He is on Bandcamp. So give him a listen, give him a like. Everything is appreciated, just like here on BSing.
Braves and Orioles.
I got that right? Bandcamp.
And Orioles.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time with this one. Mike Maddox. Like 80%. Like 80% on Mike Maddox. Timmy, you want to weigh in here?
Maybe I don't know if you're thinking of
I
Maddox.
didn't hear you at all, so I don't know. I didn't hear you, so.
He said Mike Maddox. Oh, I know pitched for the Orioles.
That sounds right. Maddox, I know Maddox played for the Orioles.
Then he went to the Phillies, and then he was an Orioles. That's where I thought he
I like
was.
Maddox.
But you're not thinking of Greg, right? You're thinking of Mike?
Yeah.
All right, so you're 80%,
80%.
and now you're
Ooh.
0%.
Fudge.
I played Bill.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Hey, listen, that's my bad.
That was it Gray Maddox that played for both?
No, he didn't play for the Orioles.
No, I played for the
Okay.
Cubs.
I dropped him.
Robinson didn't play. Ripken didn't play.
That's the thing, right? Like,
Oh, let's do the Cy Young winner then for the Baltimore.
I don't have Cy Young winners for either of those teams.
Yeah, I'm kind of holding off on doing that as long as possible. The White
No.
Sox in
No.
the 70s.
No.
I'm going to Google when the Cy Young became an award.
That's fine.
1956. So
that was after 56.
yeah. Oh, hold up. No?
Who did you think it was? Because I can't.
Disney
make
Bean? For real? Killing me.
Oh
it.
man.
He's just laying down right now.
No, it's bad. My dog is panting so bad. Stacy caught him underneath the table to lay with him.
All right.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna get a White Sox Cy Young winner, so I'm forced into the one little square in the middle here.
Orioles, Braves. All right, you think? Come here, fat boy.
And yeah, it's just a scenario where I don't know that much about the Orioles, and while with the Braves obviously play in our division, I don't really keep track of who comes from where. Mark Teixeira.
Oh, Teixeira is a good one.
There we go. And Dr. Tail is causing some issues in the leg here, man. Move.
Mark
Can you stop being stupid?
Tex.
Stop.
Oh. Wow, he didn't play for.
He didn't play for Baltimore?
I thought he did.
I thought that's where he ended his career. Oh, Angels.
Did he end with the Rangers or the? He ended in the ALS.
Either way, we got.
We sucked today. Our minds are on the draft, though.
You still did better than me, so.
Nah, you're fine, Tim. You're all right. Thanks for hanging out for this little portion quietly. It was very nice of you.
Yeah, that was.
That's okay.
That was mortally embarrassing.
It's all right. We'll get over it. We'll get past
I'm really here for the next part, so it's all good.
it. Yeah, we know. All right, so Ryan is going to go into what we're doing here with the draft, and then we're going to kick it off. I have the number one pick. And we'll fire away.
Should we put a timer on the draft clock?
2 minutes?
Sure.
All right.
You keep track of time.
I can try and do that, yeah. Timer.
Okay, so while Bill is getting that set up, I'm going to bring up the draft board. So that way everybody watching can see the names.
Correct. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So the way we did this is the All-2010's team. Now, this isn't just, guys who have Hall of Fame resumes that played in the 2010s. These are guys whose peaks you remember being in the 2010s. So you won't see guys like Roy Halladay on here who, yes, while he did pitch in the 2010s era, which is 2010 to 2019, we remember him more for what he did in the 2000s. Or guys like Chase Utley, who were definitely more, by the time the 2010s rolled around, he was already 31 and on the edge of his peak. We remember him more in the 2000s. So stick around for the 2000s draft. Guys like Pujols and Miggy, who have had Hall of Fame careers, we're going to put them, in the different decade because they're more known for their 2000s performances. So that's the way that we did this. We have each position with each name available there. I'm sorry if it's really small and you guys can't see it. I did the best that I could. So I'm going to list off the players. For catchers, we have Buster Posey, Yadier Molina, Salvador Perez. We have first baseman Joey Votto, Paul Goldschmidt, Freddie Freeman. Second baseman, we have Jose Altuve, Robinson Cano, Ian Kinsler. Third baseman, we have Adrian Beltre, Josh Donaldson, Nolan Arenado. Shortstops, Elvis Andrews, Andrelton Simmons, Troy Tulowitzki. Left fielders, Justin Upton, Ryan Braun, Michael Brantley. Center fielders like Trout, Andrew McCutchen, Adam Jones. Right fielders, Giancarlo Stanton, Jose Bautista, and Bryce Harper. Pitchers, Clayton Kershaw, Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, Chris Sale, Madison Bumgarner, Cole Hamels. The criteria for each team would be one athlete from each position and then two pitchers for a total of 10 people. That's why there's 10 rounds. And then we're going to debate and argue who drafted the best team. So, 101, you are now on the clock.
I'm on the clock. It doesn't really take long for me to take who this is. The guy's got a 2.48 career ERA, 207 wins to 91 losses, 2,900 plus strikeouts. He's been an MVP, 3-time Cy Young winner, Triple Crown winner, 10-time All-Star, 5-time ERA title. He's got a Gold Glove, and he's got 79.3 wins above his replacement. Not to mention he got off the bench a few years ago and got himself a World Series. My first pick of the draft is Clayton Kershaw.
So a couple things about the stats that Bill just read off for, the older generation of the world. OPS plus, ERA plus, wins above replacement. Those are generally more commonly used amongst younger people. They're a new era stat. OPS plus and ERA plus is a number that compensates for the ballpark that you play in, how difficult the lineups were that you faced. It factors different things, whereas straight ERA doesn't really look into those. So ERA plus and OPS plus, the standard average number for an average baseball player was calculated to be 100. So a 100 ERA plus is an average pitcher. A 100 OPS plus is an average major league hitter. And then WAR stands for wins above replacement. What that means is how many wins you are valued at compared to a replacement level player. So on a yearly basis, the average wins above replacement, or WAR, for a baseball player is 2.0. That's for positional players. Pitchers, it's a little bit different. It's a little lower. I think it's 0.5, but that's how it is for positional players. Just so you guys know and understand what you're hearing when we reference different stats. So Clayton Kershaw, 101, great pick. Lowest career ERA in 96 years. Most people
It's unheard of right now.
tend to look at his playoff performances, but Clayton Kershaw has the lowest career ERA of any starting pitcher that has qualified in almost 100 years. Nobody here watching the show was alive the last time somebody had an ERA this low. That's insane.
Again, 2.48 career ERA.
Walter Johnson, who retired in 1927.
All right, Tim, you're on the clock. 2 minutes just started.
I was texting Ryan earlier in this week about this. There's a couple names I didn't retweet that I should have. I got too caught up with the baby stuff. But I told him one way, but I'm going in the opposite direction from that now. I am going Justin Verlander with the 102 overall.
What we were just talking about. We just talked him into it.
Listen,
Listen,
heavy.
Just listen. Justin Verlander stats, career stats, right off the top of here. 3.24 ERA, 249 wins, 138 losses, 3,200 plus strikeouts. MVP, 3-time Cy Young. He's got a Triple Crown as well, 9-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champ, 79.3 wins above replacement.
Do you think there's a possibility, both of you should answer this, do you think there's a possibility Justin Verlander wins 300 games?
Yes.
Is that why he's staying around?
Yes. I think he's on the he's on the IL right now for 60 days, I think, for the Mets.
I know.
He pulled something in his leg, so I think he'd be back this year, at the end of the year, and I think they might get going again, but they're going to be too far out of the playoff spot. But I think next year is his final year, and I think he hits it.
Okay, so you threw me for a curveball, Tim, for sure. One of those Kershaw curveballs. I thought you were going a different direction here. Did you have something you wanted to add about Justin Verlander winning 20 games, Bill? Or not 20 games, winning 300 games?
I do. For those of you who noticed that I'm a little bit distracted here, I'm still technically working.
No, he's not.
So if I do seem distracted, I apologize. However, I'll try and engage as much as possible. I don't think Verlander is going to win 300 games. As Timmy pointed out, he's already got an injury. He was injured last year. He was injured the year before. Yeah, he comes back and he makes, for Houston, good playoff runs. And last year he had a pretty decent World Series.
How many wins does he have now?
249.
Oh, maybe
and
not.
He's not exactly young anymore. I just don't see him being the guy that gets to 300.
I can't see 300 either unless he starts playing on some stellar teams with stellar offensive support where he's going to win 18-plus games for 3 years. And even then, it's a bit of a stretch. What's up, Z Money? Glad to see you popping in. Make sure you check out our Spotify and our Apple Podcasts to keep up with our fantasy football talks over there, Z Money. And we're going to get rolling into real football here real soon.
Yeah, we're literally weeks away from preseason, and I can guarantee you we're going to be talking some football.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So 103, and I get 201. So I can make 2 picks here.
Ryan is on the clock at 2 minutes.
So I like the other 2 guys at this position. However, going this direction, the draft gives me clear positional advantage over the other 2 guys that I'm going to leave Tim and Bill to draft. I got to take Mike Trout. I mean,
listen, that makes sense. There's no parts of that I don't like.
Yeah, we're talking about a guy who's a 3-time MVP. He was Rookie of the Year. He's an 11-time All-Star, 9-time Silver Slugger. Never won a Gold Glove, although early in his year he was a very good defensive center fielder. Guy who's hit career 301, on base 412, slugged at a 582 rate for an OPS that is just south of a 1.00 at .994, 174 OPS plus, which is the highest number out of anybody that is on this board. So where I said 100 was an average ball player, his 174 OPS plus is almost double an average ball player. That is an unheard of, absurd number with an 85.3 wins above replacement total for Mike Trout. Yes, he has had injuries the last couple of years. However, we are drafting these players assuming they are at their primes. And this gives me a positional advantage over a very good Andrew McCutchen and a solid Adam Jones. So that's where I'm going at 103. And quite frankly, I didn't think I was going to get him.
You're on the clock.
Yep, I'm on the clock at 201. Another positional advantage for me, in my opinion. I know Bill's going to differ with this because of who he said before. I'm going Buster Posey.
I like that pick. That was my next
Buster
pick.
Posey
Love it.
That's where I was going next.
Is very obviously, look, Yadier Molina is one of the best defensive catchers of all time. Sorry, Logan. I know you got your gripes, buddy. But yeah, there's no doubt. So Yadier Molina has a 40% career caught stealing percentage, which is an insane number. He threw out 64% of runners in his second year in the MLB. That's insane. However, Buster Posey threw out 33% in his career, so that's a pretty good number in his own right. On top of that, he's an MVP, Rookie of the Year, 7-time All-Star, won a Gold Glove with Yachty in the league. So, hey, there you go. 5-time Silver Slugger.
Same conference Yachty was in.
Career 302 hitter, 372 on base, 460 slugging, 129 OPS plus, and 44.8 WAR. And this was a guy who, if he didn't get ran over in the All-Star game at home plate, might have had a few more years added to his career. So, to me, he's clearly far and away a better hitter than the other 2 catchers available. And to me, that gives me a positional advantage at catcher over the other 2 guys available. So, Tim, you're on the clock at 202.
I was going to go back-to-back pitchers and take Max Scherzer here, but I think I need to go get Bryce Harper in right field. That cannon right field without anyone out from third. I think he's better than Stanton out there. I can't see that other name. Fuck.
Jose Bautista's the other guy.
Yeah, Jose Bautista.
I like Jose. He's big home run hitter. I'm not saying he's not, but I think Harper had better numbers throughout his 2010s than Bautista did. So, and Bryce Harper came in the league at the age 19 and stole the league basically. But it took the ground running. I like Bryce Harper a lot. With my
we're talking
202.
Talking about a 2-time MVP, Rookie of the Year, 7-time All-Star, won a couple Silver Sluggers in his career. Average is slightly lower at 280. However, in his tenure with the Phillies, I expect that to go up. He seems to be more focused on spraying the ball to all fields now that he's a little older and a little more seasoned. A 907 OPS and a 141 OPS plus, which leads all right fielders in this category, and a 43.7 WAR, despite the fact that Giancarlo Stanton has a couple of years on him. They have a very similar WAR total for their careers. So I think that that's a solid pick. And plus, obviously we're not drafting a real team, but he would be the leader in your locker room for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, listen, I'm also right there with you on the Bryce Harper pick. It's a good pick. He's got 290 career home runs, 847 RBIs. Let's not take away from the fact that he can also steal some bags. He's got 129 stolen bases in his career. So it's a big deal that, he comes in and he's the first right fielder off the board. It makes a lot of sense, Tim. That's a good pick. I am on the clock, and I'm actually going to take a bit of the 2 minutes here because I have to look and see where I'd like to go.
Get back to back.
Here's the crazy thing, right? And I think I'm leaning this way, and I might go this way. I know it hasn't been a great career for him as of late. However, when he started, Madison Bumgarner was one of the most dominant pitchers.
Best
in
postseason
baseball.
pitcher of my lifetime.
So I do believe I'm going bum here.
Going pitching heavy.
I am. I'm going to start. Just get him out of the way, right? I'm going Bumgarner. Listen, 347 career ERA. Like I said, lately it's been going up. He hasn't had the same luck he had before. 134 wins, 124 losses. The wins are kind of weird. You don't really put all of that on the pitcher anymore because the whole team has to, function. 2,000 plus strikeouts, 4-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion, 2-time Silver Slugger. Weird as a pitcher, fine. 37.3 wins over replacement.
Hey, you want to talk about guys who could have been decent hitters as pitchers? Bumgarner, Zambrano,
Yeah.
Jacob deGrom.
These are guys who liked to hit, so they practiced hitting.
Yeah. That's solid. And going back to Posey, that's another reason why I picked Posey. Dude's a 3-time World Series champ. I'll take that behind the plate all day.
Correct. And to max out my 3-1, I think you guys are not going to be surprised where I'm going on this one. Freddie Freeman is coming off the board right here, right now.
Freddie Freeman was not the top first baseman on my draft board. But first base is a loaded position in the 2010s. You cannot go wrong with picking any of these first basemen. That was an excellent selection.
Yeah, so career 300 hitter. He's still playing. Not to mention he's hitting, 313, 314 this season.
Yeah, dude's insane.
313 career home runs, 1,100 plus RBIs. He's been an MVP, 7-time All-Star, a Gold Glover, 3-time Silver Slugger. He obviously won the World Series with the Braves in 2021. It was weird that they let him walk. Ryan and I have discussed it several times. It's weird that the Braves let him walk. And 53.8 wins above his replacement. Ryan's got the OPS stats for me here. He's gonna fire off.
So the numbers for Freddie Freeman here: MVP, 7-time All-Star, did win a Gold Glove, 3-time Silver Slugger. Just a model of consistency here. A 300 hitter for his career with a 387 OBP on base percentage, 513 slugging to bring him in at a 901 OPS with a 141 OPS plus and a 53.8 WAR.
Basically, the guy gets on base a lot.
This is why I didn't have Freddie Freeman number 1, though. I'll explain when all the first basemen are gone.
Tim, on the clock.
Oh, man.
I didn't use any of it.
Yeah.
I got to put me on that timer real quick.
You're on it.
No, you're on it.
150 left.
We got to do some research.
No, I really can't see those names. So I pull up on my phone.
Sorry. For those of you watching.
No, that's not your fault.
No, I'm apologizing to our fans now, too. For those of you watching who can't read the screen, we really apologize. We're kind of limited to what we can do right now.
It's different for me because I'm in the StreamYard with you guys.
You can't open it in a different tab?
No, he should be able to expand the screen and see it.
That's true.
Can you
make it
expand the screen in your bottom right corner?
Just so you guys know, I see you guys over there commenting on our posts. Unfortunately, with the distance between me and the laptop and Ryan on the laptop, we're having a hard time reading your comments. But we appreciate all of you there. Frankie, I see your name pop up in there. Ken, I see you. We already said hi to Z Money. Anybody else pops in if you comment and we don't say anything, we apologize. We just really can't see the comments right now.
Hey, while Tim's on the clock, I remember
50 seconds, brother.
While Tim and I were doing a football episode one time, and we were talking about how the Cowboys were going to lose or whatever.
Yeah, Z Money.
And Z Money came back 2 weeks later and changed his YouTube name to not Z Money.
That was good. Tim, I paused it for you. You still got 45 seconds.
Nah, I'm good right now. I think I'm going to take a third baseman here and take Nolan Arenado.
Okay, that's solid. Yes. Love that.
He got good on both sides. I know he won a couple Gold Gloves. He got a batting title, I think. This dude can hit the hell out of the ball when he wants to, when he needs to. Other than against the Phillies last year in the playoffs, apparently. But
hey, we'll take it.
Yes.
Listen, 288 average for his career, 321 total home runs so far. Let's keep in mind Arenado is still playing at a really high level. 288 career average, 321 home runs, over 1,000 RBIs, 8-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glover, 5-time Silver Slugger, 6-time Platinum Glove winner, and he's got a 53.9 wins over replacement.
Yeah, so Arenado, 8-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glove. The thing about Arenado, 124 OPS plus. So most people for the majority of his career said he was boosted in those home run numbers by playing in Colorado. That 124 OPS plus, while not super elite like a Bryce Harper 141 or Mike Trout at 174, that still tells me that, hey, he's still above an average ball player. He's still a very solid ball player and still has pretty much the same OPS plus as Buster Posey, and we all love Buster Posey. We all think he's a stud. So, sure. So I think that's a solid pick. And like I said, Tim, you're getting good on the bat and great on defense. I mean, talk about the hot corner sealed up for however many years that we'd like to run this through. At 303, I'm going to take my top first baseman is Paul Goldschmidt.
Yep.
Where Freddie Freeman is consistent offensively, Goldschmidt also is consistent offensively. In fact, he has just 6 points under average. He's hit 294 for his career. He has a .002 higher OBP, and he has a .01 higher slugging to make his OPS .912, which is, compared to Freeman's .901. I mean, we're talking nickel and diming there. A 144 OPS plus for Paul Goldschmidt compared to Freddie Freeman's 141 OPS plus. So the offensive numbers, right, are looking marginally at best better for Paul Goldschmidt, right? So that, whatever. Here's the thing. Paul Goldschmidt's a 4-time Gold Glove Award winner, and he's one of 2 first basemen in history to steal 30 bases. So I'm getting speed and I'm getting defense where I'm not getting the same level of defense from Freddie Freeman, and with a 61 WAR compared to Freddie Freeman's 53.8. So I had Paul Goldschmidt.
It's a good pick.
I mean, really, I could have picked any one of these first basemen, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. None of us are getting a bad first baseman.
I mean, Tim, we've kind of handcuffed Tim now, so we know who Tim's going to get. I'm going to read off Joey Votto's stats. He has the highest OPS plus out of any of these 3. He has a 145 OPS plus with a higher WAR, with a higher on-base percentage.
And now I can take him in the 10th round and not worry about it.
Absolutely can.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's part of the strategy.
Yes.
But 401, time for me to get another positional advantage here. I am going Troy Tulowitzki.
Oh, man, he was definitely my next one off the board.
So Troy Tulowitzki did not have the career everybody thought he was going to have because of injuries. Really, Troy Tulowitzki was Troy Tulowitzki's biggest enemy. But even in his injury-shortened career, 5-time All-Star, won both 2 Gold Gloves and 2 Silver Sluggers, hit 290 for his career with a 361 on-base percentage, slugged 495, which, those are good numbers. Slugging 495 for a shortstop is a very good number. A 118 OPS plus. So while he's a little bit, above average from the OPS plus side of things because he did play in Colorado, a career 44.5 WAR. To me, looking at him versus the other 2 shortstops that we have available, this was a no-brainer because he's far and away a better player than Andrelton Simmons and Elvis Andrus on the offensive side of the baseball. So I've just wanted the positional advantage of having the best available shortstop to me.
It's a really good pick. Tim, you're on the clock, bud.
Yep, I'm doing my research right now.
Okay, I'm going to put you on for 2 minutes and start.
Yep. It won't be too long.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I think Robinson Cano is my next pick for second baseman.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's an interesting movie.
I'm not a big.
It's underrated.
I'm not a huge Jose Altuve guy. I
Don't
know
want
he
those
had-
cheaters on your team?
I'm a winner in that team.
Don't want cheaters on your team?
I still think Robinson Cano is a great pick here. He had the 301 career batting average.
Yep.
I guess I like his defense better than Altuve.
I think he's like an unsung guy. He was an 8-time All-Star. He won 2 Gold Gloves and 5 Silver Sluggers, and like you said, finished as a career 300 hitter. A 124 OPS plus, the same exact OPS plus as Nolan Arenado. So from an offensive standpoint, you're basically getting Nolan Arenado at a premium position where second base, especially in the 2010s, wasn't a fantastic offensive position. So
No, it really
I
wasn't.
do think that's a very good pick.
I feel like you went with the 3 best possible second basemen here from the 2010s, too. It just wasn't a good statistical position.
I can't think of anything else for the shortstop too. I think the middle infield for the 2010s was awful.
I would agree with that.
Like, no offense to Troy Tulowitzki because he had a fine skill set, but if he's the best available shortstop from the 2010s, like,
So, Tim, you just took Robinson Cano. That puts me on the clock. Let's see what we're playing with here. Man, I got 2 guys I'd like to take. Oh, that's right. I get to go back to back.
You're taking Yachty, aren't you?
don't take my guy.
I'm not taking Yachty here.
I know who he's taking. I'll highlight it.
Highlight his. Tell me what you think his name is. Just tell me. I'll tell you whether you're right.
Is his name the same as mine? Yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
it's I'm going with Ryan Braun here. God damn you. For my left fielder. Listen, I know he went through some hard times after the steroid thing, but when he started his career, he was far and above the best left fielder in baseball. It wasn't a question. He was it. He won an MVP. He's got 216 stolen bases. So again, you add speed to the fact that he had power. 352 home runs, 1,150 plus RBIs. He won an MVP. He's a six-time All-Star, five-time Silver Slugger, 47.1 wins above replacement. I know his OPS is high. Ryan's going to give you that stat.
OPS plus was 134. So it was actually higher than Arenado, higher than Posey, just below Freeman. So that's kind of right about where Ryan Braun finished his career. I think that's a very solid pick. I think he's clearly the best left fielder too. While I think the other left fielders are okay enough, he's clearly the best left fielder. That was a good pick.
Yes. Now I am going to go. I'm taking Yachty here. Listen, Ryan already said it, right? 40% caught stealing in his career, 277 batting average for his career, 176 home runs, over 1,000 RBIs, 10-time All-Star, 2-time World Series winner, 9-time Gold Glove, 4-time Platinum Glove. And listen, regardless of what the statistics say, you could not steal bags on Yadier Molina, not to mention what he brings to a clubhouse. Think about what the Cardinals are right now without him for the first time. They're just not a very good team. I know they're playing better as of late, but without Yadier Molina, they're not looking super strong. Yeah, I saw it too.
Nick Markakis,
I know,
dude.
I know. I saw it. But yeah, so I'm going Yadier Molina here, and I am not sorry at all that I get Yachty. So
zero offensive production. We're talking about a guy who, from however much you want to use this statistic, 96 OPS plus, which means he was slightly below an average hitter for his MLB career. Slugged less than 400, so extra bases weren't much of a thing, which is funny because he had 70 stolen bases in his career.
I wonder how many of those were following behind somebody.
However, right, I mean, point proven. You're not drafting him for offense. It's not like
I'm not. I'm taking him for his defense.
Yep.
Hands down.
Going to need him to stop my prime Mike Trout, prime Paul Goldschmidt, and even Tulo had some wheels on him. Tim, you're up to 502.
I think I'm going to take my second pitcher, and give me Max Scherzer.
Oh, I'm going dual lefties, baby. I know who my 9th and 10th picks are.
Wow, that was easy. So listen, Max Scherzer, 3.15 career ERA, 210 wins, 106 losses, 3,300 plus strikeouts, 3-time Cy Young winner, 8-time All-Star. He won a World Series. He's got a 73.6 wins above replacement. But again, he's still going, and he's got a career 3.15 ERA.
Solid pick.
Oh, I thought you had more, Tim. I'm sorry.
No.
503. Excellent. So, whereas, Tim is guaranteed a first baseman and a catcher now,
Correct.
I'm guaranteeing my pitchers.
Correct.
I'm going to make this really easy for you, Bill. I'm going to select Jose Altuve at 503. I think he's a hair better offensively than Robinson Cano is. He finished with a 128 OPS plus in his career and 47, or not finished with because he's still going, but 128 OPS plus. Has rebounded nicely from, the allegations that followed, the World Series and all that. Still continuing to play at a decent level, rebounded from the COVID-shortened season. He is an MVP, has 8 All-Star appearances, a Gold Glove, 6-time Silver Slugger, career 306 hitter with an 830 OPS.
3-time batting title winner, too.
Yep. So, this is a guy who's going to hit at the top of my lineup and run all over Yadier Molina.
Disagree, since he wasn't able to do it when Yachty was playing.
That being said, at 601.
Real quick, who's the Jones center fielder first name?
Adam Jones.
Adam Jones, not Andrew Jones.
Yeah, not Andrew Jones. Andrew Jones is
Would
the
be like
90s.
90s. Yeah, I was like, that's not right.
Adam Jones, he played for Baltimore.
Thank you.
So I'm going to take the best position player available at this point to me. I'm going Michael Brantley in left field. Well, the one that I can draft. If I could throw Joey Votto in left field, I would. Sacrifice all defense. But Michael Brantley, Not a bad hitter in his own right. Again, I'm drafting the all-injured team here. It's Mike Trout, Troy Tulowitzki, and now Michael Brantley. 5-time All-Star, did win a Silver Slugger, career 298 hitter, 439 slugging. Definitely more of an average guy, a 117 OPS plus, but he played okay defense. He was just a solid average hitter, somebody you could put at the top of the lineup and would get you base hits. So
Think about the drop-off in left field for the 2010s, though. You get Ryan Braun, and then he's like on this level, right? But then even Justin Upton isn't at the same level, and then we fall off for Michael Brantley. That was the third best outfielder we could think of in left field.
he was the second. I would take
Brantley over Justin Upton. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Tim, you're on the clock. That leaves me in left field, or no, leaves you. Okay, so Timmy knows a few of his picks already.
I think I'm gonna go here with a shortstop. I'm gonna go the A. Simmons.
You're going Andrelton Simmons.
Andrelton Simmons.
263 career average, 70 home runs, 440 RBIs, 4-time Gold Glover, 1 Platinum Glove winner, and a 37.1 wins above replacement. He's a guy who bounced around a little bit. He was a Brave, and then he was an Angel.
I mean, the right side of your infield with defense, Tim, you ain't going to have to worry about a damn thing. I can tell you that. You have some Platinum Glove winners over there.
That is correct.
I don't like this pick here. I think you could have grabbed a different guy at a much more premium player at a different position. But I think Andrelton Simmons compared to Elvis Andrews, I like that.
Yes, I agree that Simmons above Andrews there was a better choice. I just don't think I would have taken Simmons at this point.
I know who you're going to take. You're going to take the guy I thought he should have took.
The guy you think he should have took was Adrian Beltre. That's where I'm headed.
No,
Okay, well, I'm taking Adrian Beltre, third baseman, 286 career hitter, 477 home runs, 1,700 plus RBIs, 4-time All-Star, 5-time Gold Glove, 4-time Silver Slugger, 2-time Platinum Glove winner, 93.5 wins above replacement.
I like Adrian Beltre. I do. I don't think I like Josh Donaldson better than Adrian Beltre.
I do, obviously.
Josh Donaldson was an MVP, 3-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger. Didn't hit for average like Beltre, but he did have a higher OPS plus and a higher slugging percentage. He got on base a little more as well. So he's your prototypical, power third baseman who just had an outstanding 2010s. I mean, his peak was short, but it was outstanding. So I like Josh Donaldson there a little bit better, but Adrian Beltre, again, can't go wrong with that. That's one of those positions that was fine.
Yeah, so I know who my shortstop is going to be, obviously. I already know who my second baseman is going to be because of who Timmy and Ryan have taken.
Actually, you only have like 2 positions.
Correct. Right field and center field are the only 2 places that I got to go. Ooh, I like both those guys.
Stanton and McCutcheon.
Yeah, I think I'm going Kutch here.
Listen,
I am going to go Kutch. What Andrew McCutcheon brought to the Pirates when the Pirates were not a good baseball team is irrefutable evidence that the man was really plagued by a bad team, right? 276 career hitter. He hasn't been as great the past few seasons. He obviously had the torn ACL when he played in Philadelphia for the 1 year. 297 home runs. He'll get to 300 this season. Over 1,000 RBIs. 215 stolen bases. More in his prime. I get it. He won an MVP again for Pittsburgh. 5-time All-Star, 1 Gold Glove, 4-time Silver Slugger, 48.4% wins above replacement. But again, I go back to what he was doing for Pittsburgh early in his career, and he was the entire team. He almost snuck into the playoffs in back-to-back seasons as the entire offense for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and for me, that stands above. So I'm going Kutcher.
Okay.
My team basically made out.
Tim's team.
Yeah, so basically you get to choose your right fielder, and then I'll input the rest.
I have my right fielder already.
Do you? Oh, yeah,
Bryce Harper. It was the center fielder that I was waiting for.
So you're going Jones, so you have Jones. All right,
Yep.
Actually, just make a pick, and we'll talk about them.
Yeah.
I'm going to make Adam Jones. I take it's fine.
While I think he's clearly the third best center fielder out of this group, I don't think that he was a bad player at all. Plagued by some bad Orioles teams who are not bad anymore. 5-time, 4-time Gold Glove.
McCutcheon had hit batting average about the same.
Yeah, so Adam Jones has a 277 career average. Didn't get on base as much, only had a 317 clip, but his slugging was fairly similar. His 106 OPS plus, though, and lower wins above replacement. He was more defensively oriented in center field. I remember him making some pretty good catches throughout the 2010s. Solid player, though. Again, he was a leader in the locker room for some bad Orioles teams. So.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, so I guess I'll make the last real pick of the draft. Give me Howard Stanton.
Which gives me Batista, which I am not upset about.
Yeah, so Giancarlo Stanton, very close in OPS plus to Bryce Harper at 139, whereas Bryce Harper at 141. The slugging percentage is obviously elite at 533. Five-time All-Star, won an MVP. He's fallen off slightly since he's got with the Yankees. He's been a little bit more inconsistent, but when he was with the Marlins, it was an incredible show to watch. So prime Stanton, I mean, you can plug him in the center of your lineup, and he's going to hit 45 home runs in the season. That being said, 801, I'm going the bringer of rain, Josh Donaldson, who I talked on a little bit earlier, had a great peak. It was
That's
short,
a great pick, Ryan.
Won an MVP in 2015. So
that's an amazing pick right there, Ryan.
Yeah. Tim,
I would have loved to have Josh Donaldson in the 8th round in the draft a couple years ago.
Good point. But Tim, you can have your choice of whether you want to talk about.
Give me Joey Votto.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first baseman Joey Votto, 296 career average, 350 home runs, over 1,120 RBIs. Still playing, by the way. He won an MVP, 6-time All-Star. He's a Gold Glover, 513 slugging percentage, 64.6 wins above replacement.
And the highest OPS plus of the group at 145 compared to Goldschmidt's 144 and Freeman's 141. So all of those guys right there, very elite numbers out of this group here. The only position we're talking about where all three guys were MVPs. So you couldn't have gone wrong at anybody with first base. And Joey Votto was a trip, man. Love that guy.
So which can bring me to mine. I was just talking about him. I'll talk about Jose. Well, no, I'll go in order. So my next pick would be Ian Kinsler. 269 average, 257 home runs, 909 RBIs, 243 stolen bases. On our list, he had, I believe, the second or third most out of all the players on the list for stolen bases. 4-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glover, 54.1 wins above replacement. Listen, Kinsler wasn't a stand-out athlete, but he was solid, and his career shows it, you know. Kind of wish he had hit better than 269, but it is what it is. And then my next pick, again, I'll just go right here in order. Brian got Josh Donaldson, so he's going. I got Elvis Andrus, the shortstop. 260, again, low on average, 268 career average, 98 home runs, 751 RBI. However, the guy who leads in stolen bases in the entire grouping that we put together today is Elvis Andrus, 341 stolen bases. He was a 2-time All-Star, 32.7 wins above replacement. Guy could run. He was fast.
About all he could do. With an 86 OPS plus, he is the worst OPS plus of anybody in the group. And you drafted Kinsler. He had a 107, so he was slightly above average. I like Kinsler, man. Like, he's a solid, like, utility guy. He played multiple positions throughout his career. And then as far as, you know, the Andrus pick goes, the shortstops for the 2010s were embarrassing. We need the 2000s. I need Jimmy Rollins, Raphael for call right now.
Yeah, we'll get that conversation going next week. He recoiled and took a set on the fridge, but I told him no.
Well, you're stupid.
I guess for my 9th pick, give me Justin Upton.
Left fielder Justin Upton,
younger brother of BJ Upton.
Correct. 261 career average, 325 home runs, over 1,000 RBIs, 151 stolen bases, 4-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger, 32.3 wins above replacement.
All right, I'm going Saylor and Hamels, obviously, for 9th and 10th. To touch on Cole Hamels, not outstanding career numbers, but, I mean, we're talking about a guy that World Series MVP. Same year, he was the NLCS MVP. So when my team makes a deep run into the playoffs, I know I have an ace that can withstand the pressure. And then as far as Saylor goes, yes, when he got traded to Boston, his career fell off. However, when he was with Chicago at healthy, he had the nastiest pitches ever. Chris Sale is one of 11 players in MLB history to make it to the major leagues the same year he was drafted.
Oh, wow.
That's a hella cool stat. I did not know that.
Yep.
All right. Well, there you go. You learn something new every day, right?
Now, being a left-handed pitcher helps you in that respect. However,
True.
still nasty. Still have some of the nastiest stuff. We're talking wicked strikeout numbers. So, prime Chris Sale, I'll take it.
I'm going to make Lucas a lefty. I need to make some money off of him somehow. Give me Perez.
Yeah, so what you should do is tape his right arm behind his back. But yeah, so I mean, let's go over the teams real quick. I have Yadier Molina. Oh, I'm sorry.
Salvador Perez and Jose Bautista have got to get talked about.
My fault. Timmy, you get to take
Perez, yep.
Who I had as the second best catcher on my board, by the way.
Doesn't bother me at all.
Take that.
Had a higher caught stealing percentage than Posey. He had 34. Had a higher OPS plus than Yadier Molina. He had 104. 8 times All-Star, 5-time Gold Glove. The power numbers for Salvador Perez have come on lately at the end of his career. He hit 46 home runs for the Royals a few years ago.
Nice.
He's also, speaking of guys that can get it done under pressure, he's also a World Series MVP.
He is, yes.
So that's a solid pick. You get a little bit of both, where Molina's defensive and Posey's offensive. You get a little bit of both there. So I like that pick. I mean, not that you really had a choice in the matter, but I like Salvador Perez.
And for the last person going in this draft, Jose Bautista has a career 247 average. Listen, that really, really dropped off.
But 361 OVP, the dude could draw walks like nobody's business.
Very good. 344 career home runs, 975 career RBIs. 6-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger. He was 36.7 wins above replacement.
And best backflips on the list, baby.
On this particular list, I would say that is the best backflip. Yes.
Best backflips and best at taking punches.
Yeah, he is.
Roned Odor, yeah.
Most people forget that Jose Bautista was a 6-time consecutive All-Star in the 2010s. Like, he was a very prominent figure in the 2010s with the Toronto Blue Jays.
He really was. I'm not upset with that pick at all. So
fans, people watching still, go ahead and let us know who you think has the best team while we sit here and debate amongst ourselves how Mike Trout, Paul Goldschmidt, and how many combined MVPs are going to lead me to be having the best team on the list.
So I've got Yachty, Freddie, Ian, Adrian Beltre, Elvis Andrus, Ryan Braun, Jose Bautista, Andrew McCutchen, Clayton Kershaw, and Madison Bumgarner.
If you want, why don't we go ahead and list them out into a lineup right now? Lead off through 9, baby.
All right.
Pitchers are batting. We're going old NL school or NL rules.
Okay, so I've obviously got 8, and then got Bumbat, Nate, Kershaw 9. 1, 2. Sorry, I know we're quietly just doing this right now. All right, I got my lineup. I'm not saying that it would be extremely effective to start, but I've got Ian Kinsler, Freddie Freeman, Andrew McCutchen, Ryan Braun, Jose Bautista, Yadier Molina, Elvis Andrus, Adrian Beltre, Madison Bumgarner, and then Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
So
I've got. Go ahead, Tim.
I figured we get to go in order like we've been doing already. I got Robinson Cano, Justin Upton, Nolan Arenado, Joey Votto, Bryce Harper,
Going back-to-back lefties.
Perez, Simmons, then Verlander, Scherzer.
I'll going back-to-back lefties there, Tim. When he has 2 left-handed pitchers and I have 2 left-handed pitchers, we're going to eat them alive.
Bryce Harper can hit lefties.
That's true. Bryce Harper has learned how to hit lefties.
You good, Al?
Yeah, he would like the pillow. He's happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the speed at the top. I've got Altuve, Trout, Goldie, Stanton, Donaldson, Posey, Brantley, Tulo, and then because I've seen him hit more often, I'm going Cole Hamels as the first guy out on the mound. I don't know about these AL pitchers hitting. We can pass on that.
Yeah, I was fortunate to have 2 NL pitchers, so I've seen them a little bit.
Yeah, Madison Bumgarner is easily going to be the hey, go ahead and hit there, buddy.
Yeah, so. Yeah, internet, you guys can debate. I think overall, if we're looking at it, Ryan won this draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that pitching would probably go to me. Overall would go to Ryan.
If we're going prime pitchers, I'm going Tim. Like
Verlander, Scherzer, that's true.
To me, Bumgarner, like Kershaw, Verlander, and Scherzer are a clear tier. And he has 2 of the guys in the tier. So
that's true,
I
yeah.
think pitching.
I would go Tim on pitching.
My vice side of the field, pretty nice.
Who do you guys like the most for defense? I mean, Tim's probably the obvious pick there too. The right side of his infield is insane, and Bryce Harper just had 10 outfield assists 2 years ago.
Not to mention he's playing.
Adam Jones is a 4-time Gold Glove Award winner. Salvador Perez is a Gold
Calm
Glove.
down, Bryce Harper has 1,000 fielding percentage at first base this season. Okay.
Oh my God.
Derek Hall.
It is better than Derek Hall. That's correct. I would say that Timmy's right. Man, because I got stuck with Kindler and Andrews. My mine doesn't look as solid.
That's why I really wanted Tulo, and I think from an obvious skill position, like I'd rather have Altuve, I'd rather have Stanton, but right field and left field, second base, they were just deeper positions to me. Tulo is like as good as he was or wasn't, whatever you want to be. He's way better than those guys. So,
all right, you got anything else?
No, that's it. But next week, Tim, we would love to have you back on next week to talk about the 2000s, with the obvious Pujols, Miguel Cabreras, Roy Halladay's. There's going to be some really big name Hall of Fame guys coming on up there. So
You got to talk to my wife.
Okay, well, we can confirm. If not, we'll try and find somebody else. If not, Ryan and I will do it.
Yeah, no worries.
We have a doctor appointment. I explained after we're off last.
Sounds good. Tim, thank you for joining us. Obviously, we appreciate you coming on. We know that your lovely wife is just about ready to burst here. And so thanks for coming on. Stacy, thanks for letting him come on. And yeah, thanks for joining us here on BSing Sports, where we do a little BS and we talk a whole lot of sports. Have a good night.